Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new crypto update. We are looking right now at BTC USDT and I am all in buying right now. After a very long time and always telling you guys that we're going to go to the 65k mark, and that's where I'm going to start to buy. I'm going to honor my word, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I've said it many months ago, since we hit the all-time high of 127k, which was also predicted since 2.5 years, that we're going to go to 65. How we're going to go to 65, we didn't know. Now with the whole Epstein release and then linking it to BTC caused a big crash, but this crash doesn't really matter. What matters is the fundamentals, and these fundamentals kicked in, these news kicked in and brought the price where we always wanted to have it. Now if we are looking at BTC USDT, you can see we are currently bouncing back from the 65k. We have a bullish spring candle over here with a strong wick, which is telling us a story, and this story we need to listen to. Now if you look at the heat map, which shows us where orders are sitting, buy orders and so on, you can see there's a lot of buy limit orders sitting at around currently 68k. We bounced back very well from the 65, dropped a little bit lower to the lowest point of 59, which is actually crazy, and there we started to get a lot of buy volume. And now what you can see here is that we have a lot of buys coming in around 67 down to 64. So this zone I marked out is a lot of buy limit orders sitting, and that's very good for us if we are considering a buy. Now if we put the heat map on and we see where there's orders sitting, you can see there's some good orders. Let me scale it a little bit smaller. So we have the heavier ones at around 30 million. I want to only see the 30 million ones. So as you can see right now here at 64, just 64.5, 65, there is a buy limit order sitting, so there's buy volume coming in. Now if we switch into BTC, you will see exactly how we predicted BTC and this drop. Now, as you can see, we have been analyzing BTC since a very long time, and we have profited from the downfall with a put option on Coinbase and on a index for BTC. So I made a lot of profit, over 32% spot, and then obviously since it's an option, it's way more. So I banked a couple of K with this put option, and I've been telling you how important it is to hedge. But we can delete right now and call this a big win. I think I made more than $4,000 on this drop here on BTC. Okay, even though before last crypto update we had a buy order sitting here that hit stop loss break even, we got stopped out. We had a lot of liquidity coming in for the sell. So as you can see, as predicted, we dropped into the 50% correction level, which is the whole correction level of the whole sequence from since Bitcoin started up to its all-time high at 126.3. Here we're speaking about BTC USDT. From here we dropped into the buy order, or into the buy zone, excuse me, and we wicked above the buy zone, which is very good. As you can see, we wicked into it here at 64.5. That's where the 50% correction level starts, so 65k to make it easy. And from there we wicked into it and wicked up and closed above, and now we're moving above this very line, right? So everything is going perfectly as planned, perfectly as predicted. Now what is the game plan right now? The game plan right now is not to wait for lower levels, even though we could create lower levels. We have so far finished all bearish targets. The past shows us that many times BTC would go lower than that, would correct 70%. And since we now corrected 50%, since the 50% correction level, we could even go to the 70%, which is the Fib level 0.786 or 78% correction, up to 82% correction, right? Which would basically be a further drop down here. That has happened in the past. You can see it mainly over here. Now obviously my chart is full of sequences and analyses, but you can see it over here. We dropped last high, we dropped at about 70 to 80% correction. So if I take the last high over here and I go to where we corrected to, you can see it's 80%. So that is still open. We still have a chance for that, but I'm not gonna wait for this for now. We followed the game plan, and the price or the market, the BTC market, gave us this opportunity now, so I'm going to start to cycle in. Now, do I go all in? No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a buy option, so a call option on probably Coinbase, because I cannot directly trade BTC. Maybe I'm going to trade a hedge fund or something, an ETF for BTC. I'm still looking for that. I just want to see how dollar news that are coming out in 1 minute are going to play out, and then I'm going to start entering this. Same goes for spot. I'm going to start to accumulate spot, and no financial advice, but if you're listening to this, that's what I am doing. I'm not a financial investment advisor, just a pro trader and investor. And that's what I'm doing, right? So I'm starting to cycle in spot again, buying slowly, not 100% of it, because we could still see lower levels, but I'm going to enter with a call option, so option towards the upside, and I'm going to start to accumulate BTC again. Is there any other crypto I'm accumulating? So far not. I still want to make sure these levels hold. I still say there is a big chance of a correction, but that's what I'm focused on right now. As you can see here in a smaller time frame on the H4, already started to, mark out the 50% correction level. I would love to get a small re-entry over here and then see something going here. We don't have an active bullish sequence yet. I mean, it's an active bullish extreme that we have, but not a sequence yet. So that's something we could wait for. But since I'm scaling in spot slowly, I don't mind to lose another 20% scaling up spot. We're speaking here about BTC, and we are getting it for 68K, which is insane, right? And since this level hold very well, I didn't enter right away on the 65, wanted to see a activation or basically a strong bullish moves. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish candles on the H4, and on the daily we have a DFB. We don't have a DFB yet. As you can see, this last bearish candle did not break yet. We didn't close above it, which is not so good. But again, we are starting to slowly spot in, and we're or DCA in, and we are starting one option. Even if this one hits stop loss, it's okay, right? We're always doing it with risk. So am I buying any other cryptocurrencies? No, I'm just solely focused now on BTC. I've been out of BTC since somewhere over here, since last October at around 150, 120, where we started to react bearish on this upcoming bearish sequence, which was always an exit signal, and we played it very, very well, right? We saved our portfolios from going down 50%, right? And we took very, very good profits everywhere, as you guys know that, if you follow alongside these videos, okay? So game plan here, very easy, very quick, very fast. Spot, I'm starting to buy. I'm going to open a call option towards the upside, a buy option in that sense. And that's what I'm going to do with BTC right now. Am I buying any other crypto? No. I'm going to keep you guys updated. And with that being said, short one, important one. Don't wait for better prices. If you have been out of crypto, if you're starting to accumulate, and if you want to look into other cryptos, I think it's a good time to accumulate crypto in general, but I'm not doing it. As you guys know, I'm very focused on metals right now, on commodities, and that's where I'm making a lot of money right now. As you can see, for example, here on my IBKR, I'm currently invested in VTE in oil, an option in gold, in oil again, in silver, in gold, and so on. So that's where I'm currently making most of my money, more than 12K P&L open, and then some other brokers that have these options and these trades open with leverage on metals. But again, I'm gonna start to go into BTC. I'm just waiting for a perfect entry, but for now I'm just gonna enter. So you don't need to wait for a perfect entry. That's a good entry. Everything else is just nonsense, right? And that's what I'm gonna execute right now. So I always do what I say, and with that being said, see you in the next update.